What's up, Louisiana? It's Tim Davis with Louisiana on Fire, and you're watching another exciting episode of Louisiana on Fire. And today, I got this guy I've been knowing since I was younger. He's older than me. Sorry, Saul, but you're older than me.
That's all right.
You know, but we're Saul Dupuis, the Gourmet Road Sauce Company. So, Saul, thank you for coming today. We are at a new spot right now. We appreciate it. Theyard, thank you guys for the opportunity. But yeah, Saul, man, thank you for coming in today.
Absolutely.
Not gonna try to hold you up too much, man, but look, man, I really wanted to get you on the show. What you're doing, I think, is amazing. I see everybody's kind of blowing you up. Blaine is always blowing you up. Shout out to Blaine.
Shout out Uncle Bernie.
I was like, damn, Blaine, he's always got something. If you ain't got the sauce, you doing it wrong. So
he's a huge cheerleader, man.
yeah,
I really appreciate it.
You need that though, man.
Absolutely.
So, Saul, man, thank you. So tell us about yourself, man. Let's go all the way to the beginning. You know, from when you were a kid, man. Tell us where you're from.
Sure. So you brought up Carencro Catholic.
Yes.
Carencro, Louisiana, Exit 4, man.
There you
I'm
go.
ride or die.
Exit 4.
And I love my hometown. My wife and I actually live in downtown right now, and it's just great to be back. Anyway, so start from the beginning, I guess, right? Carencro Catholic. Fourth grade, I really got into 4-H. My dad was in 4-H growing up, and we started raising cattle, and I loved it. So that kind of led to me getting more into the agriculture, and 4-H actually had a cooking program. So my dad says this all the time. He's like, you know, I spent so much money buying cattle and animals for you to show, and your mom put you in one cooking competition, and now you're stuck on cooking. I'm like, well, I mean, it all kind of ties together.
Yes.
I'm doing barbecue, right?
Yeah.
So you got beef cattle and hogs and stuff like that. So it's kind of one big circle. But so I was in 4-H from fourth grade all the way through high school.
I didn't know that, man.
Went to Carencro High, obviously, and go Bears.
Yeah.
And I graduated. I went to college for agriculture education. I was going to be an ag teacher. And
no, huh?
Yeah.
You would have been teaching, bro.
I would have been teaching, yeah.
So you loved it that much to where you were like, you want to teach?
I did.
Wow.
I had a bad teaching experience, unfortunately. I'm not going to say the school, but I was there for about a year. And it just wasn't an ag school. You know, they wanted me to kind of develop the program, but it was more of an inner city school. And it just didn't really take off. So I had a bad experience with that.
Yeah.
I got into bartending, making more money.
That's usually how it happens, especially where we're from, you know?
Right. And so I bartended a while having a college degree. And I got into liquor distribution. So I was there for 20 years. And I retired in January, actually, from selling liquor. And I started playing around with sauces and barbecuing and stuff, just inviting people over at the house.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine was like, man, this sauce that you're making, you gotta sell it. I'm like, dude, there's no way. I don't have time. Anyway, he keeps bothering me about it. He's like, dude, you gotta sell this. You gotta sell it. I said, dude, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Finally wore me down. And I was like, all right, I'll make it, you sell it. All right. So Daniel Montet and I started on this journey where I was making it, he was selling it, and then kind of we both went all in. Like,
right.
Man, we might have something here.
Yeah.
And both making it and both selling it. So that's kind of the sauce story and how that started.
Right.
But the name and the branding
is
something that we had to figure out.
Right.
So obviously I was in the liquor industry, got the wax top. It's kind of my nod.
Beautiful.
My nod.
Beautiful.
To one of those liquor brands out there.
Yeah.
And Gourmet Road, the name of the product, actually is an homage to my great aunt and where I grew up. So I grew up on Gourmet Road in Carencro, by Pelican Park. Mm-hmm. That road was named Gourmet Road in the late 80s, I believe, but it's because of her and her gourmet cooking. So that farm was a fully sustainable farm for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
And she would feed everybody. And they would come in and have dinner and lunch with her. And they said, man, Marie, your food is gourmet. It's delicious. Fast forward, they renamed the road after her.
Right.
So that's kind of why we decided to go with that, keeping something true to my roots, keeping Carencro alive and in front of everybody. And and that's kind of where we came up with the branding. So the story's on the label. It kind of tells you everything about it. But I thought it was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
Give
I
it a
didn't
nod.
know that's how it came up, because that was one of the things I wanted to ask you was the name of it.
Yeah.
Which I already knew about the road, but I was like, what made you guys decide this is it?
Yeah.
This is the one, you know? And so it's all the way back to your grandmother who, damn, and then with your mom with the cooking,
Yep.
everything. Now, that grandmother? Is that your dad's mom or your mom's mom?
That was my dad's great aunt. My
Dad's
dad's
great
aunt.
aunt.
I'm sorry. So
Okay.
it was my great aunt.
Your great aunt.
Yeah.
So that was on your dad's side. So even though your dad, Mr. Steve, was trying to get you to do everything with the cattle, you was already destined for this, man.
It seems like it. Dude.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
Wow, bro, that's amazing. And so what I wanted to go back to this though for 4-H, because I always saw 4-H, man. Let me know what 4-H really entails, because I never knew. I mean, I thought it was something to do to get out of school,
Right.
Because I was in beta for 1 month, because I ended up getting a C, so I never had beta again.
I always had trouble staying in beta too.
Yeah.
Like 1 year I'd be in and then I'd get kicked out. And I'd
Yeah,
come back in.
I wanted to go to the comp and all that stuff, whatever they had, and I was only able to stay in beta 1 month, man. And we had to go to the old folks' home in Carencro, did that. But I would look at 4-H and I'm like, that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about cattle. I didn't even know that's what it was about in the first place, though.
Right.
So tell me more about 4-H, man.
So yeah, a lot of people think it's just about the animals, man, but there's so many programs and stuff that 4-H offers. My daughter's in 4-H now. She doesn't show any animals, but she does cooking demonstrations. They do public speaking demonstrations. They do reading. I mean, they do so many different things, and I'm doing them an injustice by not listing everything that they do. But
Yeah.
it's such a great program for kids to learn responsibility, learn how to speak in front of people, and learn about, just, I'm kind of catching a blank here.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different programs within 4-H that you can learn different life lessons, I guess, is the best way to put it.
I did not know that. The
Yeah.
whole time I thought it was like, cattle, which, I mean, I like to eat, don't get me
Right.
wrong, but as far as like
That's
raising
a big
cattle.
part of it.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it, but there's so much more that they offer. Man.
Yeah,
Really.
Because I would see. So now, I mean, if you look at it like this, so you're doing the same thing with your daughter that your dad was doing with you.
Right.
Man, y'all just continuing.
Right.
Wow. So how's that relationship going? Like, are you kind of with you and your daughter, and everything you have with your dad? Is it like you showing her the same thing, or is it you having some memories that like, damn, I remember doing this with my dad?
Oh yeah, and my wife will back me up on this. I want her to show animals so bad, but we live in town.
Yeah.
My dad still got the farm, but it's a lot for her because she's doing competitive volleyball and stuff. So I'm trying to get her involved in the other aspects of 4-H. Like she's going to 4-H camp this summer where they kind of teach them hunting. They teach them how to shoot a bow and arrow. They teach them swimming.
Damn.
They give them dance lessons. I mean,
Shit, I need to go then because I can't swim.
I can't dance. So
So we both need to go to 4-H
we
right
need
now.
to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So that's great, man. So
Yep.
you did that from, you said from what? How
Fourth
old?
grade.
Fourth grade.
All the way to my
Carencro
senior year.
Carencro High.
Yep.
Damn. Man, you're still doing it now. So wait, when you got in high school, were you playing ball too?
No, I was not playing.
Okay,
ball.
because
I
I
was
was
too small.
like, man, what?
I don't want to put this on the internet, but I will. I was an equipment manager for the football team because I
Okay.
was too small.
I was like, man, hold on. I was like, I remember Saul being something to do with the football team, but
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't play football. So I played baseball, a little bit of basketball, got freshman year, and that was it after that. But before that, Cameron Catholic, yeah, that was different. But
Right. Yeah, Carencro Catholic, I did everything.
Yeah.
Baseball, basketball, track, everything. Got to Carencro High. I didn't get a growth spurt, and my mom was like, "No, you're not playing football."
I'm still waiting on my growth spurt,
I
dog.
said, "You know what? Right?
Yeah, I'm 40. I still ain't.
Right."
Yeah.
But that was a great experience for me too. I mean, they treated me like part of the team.
Yeah.
Coach Barros was
Oh, bro.
great.
Mac Barus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro, that was some good times though, because I was wondering, I was like, man, wait, so, because like I said, I've been knowing you guys because me and Emmy are the same age. So me and Emmy been, from 4 years old in pre-K all the way to senior in high school.
Right.
So I've been knowing you guys pretty much my whole life and everything.
Yep.
But in my family, my aunt, my uncle lives not too far from you guys as well. So whenever we're trying to go and cut, I would see the farm and everything. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, damn, that's a lot of land. I was thinking about you cutting the grass and all that stuff. So I was like, damn, so I got it cut out for him, man.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of grass.
Well, how was that? Like that whole living on a farm for you? How was that?
It was awesome, man. It was a great experience. I wouldn't change it for the world, to be honest with you, man. We had so many things to do between the barn and the cattle. And my dad did cutting horses, which is a big sport for horses for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, he was actually nationally ranked a few times. So we did the whole thing out there, man.
What? So tell me more about that, man. I didn't know that. Like, see, this is the type of stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, right here in Carencro,
Yeah.
and your dad is nationally ranked. And if y'all don't know what nationally ranked means, we got 50 states.
Right.
So, like, out of that, so yeah, tell me more about that, man. What your dad
So
was
cutting
doing.
actually got popular again with Yellowstone. It's where they have the calf and the horse here, and the calf is trying to get back to the herd, and you're cutting them off, and they judge them on style. And I wasn't in it, so I don't know all the specifics, but he did have a horse named Dunny Olena, and she was number 3 in the world.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Wow. And so your dad was doing that. And so he's not doing it anymore. I'm assuming.
No, he retired from cutting a long time ago. Now he's into shooting stuff. He's rifles and bows and.
Yeah. So he's competing with that too?
He's actually coaching UL skeet, the skeet team.
Wow. Man, see what I'm saying? This is amazing to me. I've
Right.
been knowing y'all
All
all
in
my
Carencro,
life.
man.
All my life, right in Carencro, exit 4, and y'all got this going on.
Yep.
So you were helping your dad was Emmy helping you do that too, or?
You know.
Yeah.
She was helping out a lot.
Yeah.
I kid, but yeah.
Man, so like you have to wake up early in the morning, all that stuff to help your dad?
Yeah, man. To feed your animals, you got to feed them in the morning before school. You got to feed them in the afternoon. You got to take them out and walk them and make sure that their halter broke and they don't go crazy in the show arena, which that has happened to me before a few times, and I got run over by my cow.
What?
Oh yeah, dude. So fourth grade.
Yeah.
Fourth grade. Funny story. The first cow I showed, her name was Molly, and my wife will love that because that's our pet that our stray dog that we picked up.
Nice.
But anyway, Molly was a crazy heifer, and
I know some other people that have been called crazy heifers before,
right,
man.
but
yeah.
she was actually a heifer, and she was crazy as shit.
Yeah.
And so it was at the Sugarcane Festival. I'll never forget, in New Iberia, and it was like my first livestock show ever. And the cow freaked out, and she started dragging me around, and I was just holding her like this, and she was dragging me everywhere.
Shit.
She busts loose, comes and hits me in the side of my leg with her head and flips me up. And I was like, I don't know if I want to show cattle anymore, Dad. He's
Yeah.
like, no, you sticking with it. So anyway,
Man.
that's my crazy heifer story.
And that was when you first started.
First livestock show ever, yeah.
So was it something you did, or like what spooked her?
It's hard to tell. That breed of cow is a little crazy already.
Yeah.
She was a Santa Gertrudis, and they got some crazy in them. But it could have been just all the people around. It was her first show too.
Yeah.
So she's not used to people watching, and it could
Man.
have been a lot of things.
So and you stuck with all that, and then all the way into high school. So whenever you got to high school, and what made you continue? Because sometimes when you're doing it here, and then when you get older, you're like, I'm not feeling it no
Yeah.
more. What made you want to stick with it?
So I loved it, first of all. I mean, it was something that I really got hooked with. I made a lot of great friends in the show barns, and a lot of, it also puts you in touch with the people from a lot around the state. So every parish has a show team, and they'll come for district and state, and you get to hang out with them for a week or half a week. So
Yeah.
it's great for friendships. But the money, to be honest with you.
Really?
So I wanted to raise money for my first vehicle, and they have a livestock show sale every year at the parish show here. And so you'd raise a cow, a steer, feed them out through the year, and then you get buyers, and you sell them. So you can make a little bit of money.
Damn.
And my dad helped me out, actually, helping me buy the cow, and then he would find buyers for me. So through high school, I saved up that money, and I was able to buy a vehicle.
Come on, man. What was that first vehicle you got, man?
The one everybody gives me shit about was a yellow Mustang, but I had a little Bronco.
Wait, because you had the yellow Mustang in high school, right?
When I got it my senior year.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the yellow Mustang. Like I said, me and Emmy younger, but I remember seeing the yellow Mustang parked at Carencro High. So yeah, so you had the yellow Mustang.
That was from the cows.
Yeah. Damn. Saul making money. Damn.
Been a hustler from day one, bro.
Yeah, man, you've been making it happen.
Trying, yeah.
Wow. Well, shit, I might have to get into that, man. I need to make some money, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about that, off camera.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. So whenever you started doing that, you got that, you loved it, and then you graduated, you got to college, right? So
Right.
you went to UL. Big UL fan, right? Mm-hmm. So what did you get your degree in again?
Ag education.
Ag, okay, yes, ag. So what does that entail? Whenever you like, you know what, I want to do this, and you was like, I want to teach. What made Saul Dupuis like, I want to teach ag?
So obviously I loved the ag and I loved all the parts of it. It was between being an ag teacher or a 4-H agent. So a 4-H agent is they work for the LSU Cooperative Extension Service, and they're the ones that kind of put on the meetings for 4-H every month. They're the ones that kind of wrangle everything in. So I wanted to be in that environment at some point.
Yeah.
And with teaching, if I didn't like ag, I could always teach something else. So I figured it was a great fallback plan, and you know, I could have different choices.
Right.
So that's kind of where my head was at with the teaching.
Yeah.
And the ag deal.
So when you got into it, was it everything that you imagined it would be? Because, I mean, I give teaching, especially in Louisiana, is very difficult, underpaid, and all that good stuff.
Very much underpaid.
So, like,
shout out to all the teachers.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, man. So I would have never thought you'd have been teaching, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what made you like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then let me know what happened to where you're like, I'm out. I'm done with that.
So, my student teaching, I got to student teach actually at Carencro High, which was really great.
Yeah.
Mr. Martin was one of my
Yeah,
mentors growing up, and
right.
I got to student teach under him. I got to present stuff that I was passionate about to kids that actually want to learn about it.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this is great. I can make money. Not a lot of money, but I can make some money doing this.
Right.
And raise a family. And that first job I got was not that. Like I said, there was a school that was trying to implement an ag program. They didn't have one. Yeah. And they just threw kids in there because they needed an extra elective. So the kids didn't want to be there. They didn't want to hear what I was talking about. I had an altercation with a student to where I had to compose myself. And after that, I said, you know what, this isn't for me. Yeah. This specific school and situation I was in was not for me. Right. So I fell back onto kind of the only thing I knew at that point was service industry and bartending. And then I ended up getting on with a distributor, which is kind of like a real job, but a fun job at the same time.
So I've heard, I ain't gonna lie, I tried to get on when I was in Baton Rouge. I forgot the place though. Is it Republic?
That's who I worked for.
Yeah. So I know, and my buddy was doing one in Baton Rouge. I think it was Republic, maybe it was a different one. But yeah, and he's like, man, we go here, go there, and you go to these bars and clubs. I'm like, yeah, I want to try that. Yeah. I didn't get an opportunity, but 20 years for you, huh?
20 years, yep. 20 years.
Come on, man. So what did Saul learn besides drinking when it comes to that job? And what made you like, were you passionate about it? The money was, I know the money was good, it had to be, but.
It was. So I was passionate about it as well. Kind of going back to my roots again, my grandfather had a liquor store.
Come on, man.
Yeah. In downtown Carencro, which was later known as Flaps. I'm sure you know
what
that was. But growing up, it was Dupuis packaged liquor, which my grandpa owned and operated. So that was in my blood too, which is kind of crazy. But I mean, look, my time there was great. I learned a lot about how to do business, how to make margins, how to sell. I mean, the big thing is how to sell. I mean, that company taught me a lot there. So it was a fun ride. But, you know.
Yeah, had to call it quits. But I mean, you learned. So let me ask you this: since you were doing that, and we go get to the food. Don't get me wrong. But are you a whiskey guy, tequila guy? You know, bourbon. What do you drink, man?
I am a vodka.
What? I would have never
every
thought.
Day, but like my normal drink is a vodka drink, but I love tequila. Yeah.
I would have never thought.
I'm not a bourbon guy, man.
Am I doing it wrong then? I mean, because I'm a bourbon guy. Is it like when I say I drink bourbon and whiskey, do you look down on me?
Absolutely not.
You sure? It's not because I've been knowing you all my life.
No, I promise you I'm not looking down on you because of that.
So what is it about vodka and tequila for you? I would have never. Now, is it the white tequila or the brown tequila that you like?
I like the Blanco tequila.
Okay.
The white tequila.
What? See, I would have. Damn, man, I'm like, everything that you're doing and the bottle, everything, I'm like, oh man, he's bourbon, whiskey all day.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. Right. I was like, Saul is of course, maybe brown tequila. But other than that, I'm like, nah, he did. So I'm very surprised.
And you would think bourbon and barbecue go together.
Yes, right.
I'm just an oddball, I guess, when it comes to that. I mean, I do enjoy it. It's not my, if I had a choice, that's not what I would pick.
That's not what you would pick. So you would like, all right, what's your favorite drink, man? What's your favorite drink?
Me?
Yeah.
Just vodka and water with a lemon or a lime.
Simple.
Very simple.
Damn. I'm learning so much about you, Saul. Like everything I was like coming up, I'm like, oh yeah, Saul, absolutely.
I got a
I'm
bourbon
thinking
collection and all kind of stuff. Huh?
that you don't touch, I'm
Right.
sure, because you don't. Well, I'm coming to your house because I drink the bourbon and the whiskey and everything. So
Absolutely. Come on over, bro.
yeah, well, yeah, because you cooking out. How often you cook, man?
Oh, man. So I do competition barbecue. So there's
Yes.
usually 1 or 2 a month that I'm cooking in. But outside of that, we do some catering stuff. I'll do some pop-up stuff every now and then.
Come on, man. So all right, so you did the competition. I mean, you're still doing it, but so what states have you guys gone to for competition?
So I just got back from Memphis, Tennessee, competing in Memphis in May, which is the World Championship of Barbecue. So that was an amazing experience. I've cooked in Texas. I've cooked in Mississippi. A lot of the competitions are around Louisiana.
Yeah,
And Texas. That's the big
that's the
areas.
big one there.
Yeah. So there's a huge one in Memphis in May. There's one in Tennessee at the Jack Daniel's Distillery.
Okay, yeah.
Which I'm hoping to get into this year, excuse me, and Kansas City, the American Royal.
I've
is a
heard
big
about
one.
Kansas City as well. So out of all those, which one is like your favorite one so far that you've been to?
Oh man, probably the one I won in Marksville.
I was going to ask too because I always see. I ain't gonna lie. I see a lot of trophies and a lot of. I'm like, damn, it's all killing it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I got bit by the bug, about a year and a half ago. I went to one just to kind of promote the sauce and to see what it was like.
Yeah.
And then I got dead last. And I
No,
was like,
huh?
all right, I got to figure this thing out. And
Them
took
damn
some classes, internet research, practice. And last year was my first year competing for the whole year.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning Rookie of the Year for that organization, and I finished second overall in the points running. So I got hooked pretty good.
Yeah, that was it. That was it for you.
Yeah.
You was dead last, and you're like, it's not happening again.
Yeah, no.
You went to work. Damn.
So
So
I'm a
like,
competitive person, so it's like, I had something to prove at that point.
yeah. You're doing it right now. Honestly, man, you're doing really good at that.
I appreciate
How many times have you won? Because I see a lot of trophies.
Right. So anytime you finish in the top 10, it's a big deal in barbecue. You get paid out first through 10th. So
Damn, I didn't know that.
yeah, oh yeah. And then you get points for that. So I've actually won the whole contest twice. They call that grand champion. And then I've got 2 reserve champions, and then probably 15 to 20 top 10 finishes. So I think the worst finish I've had, I was like 15th or so. So
Come on, man.
yeah.
So what's the next one coming up for you?
Next one is in Biloxi, June the 20th and 21st.
So how are you preparing for that right now? What are you doing to prepare for this one?
So I'm gonna have to tell you the whole story. So I cook a great brisket. My ribs are usually on point, but the damn chicken gets me every time.
Come on.
And you would think chicken's the easiest to cook, but it's not. You got to cook a whole half chicken, dark meat and white meat at the same time, while keeping them moist and not drying out. So it's tricky.
Yeah.
So I've been practicing. I took some chicken out today, and I told my wife we're doing chicken practice because I can't get my butt whipped in chicken anymore.
No.
I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. Trying different recipes, processes, and a different pit.
Right.
To work on that aspect of it.
Well, let me go back. Let me reverse a little bit, man. So you said the whole time, really, you were just trying to promote the sauce, all right? So let's go back to whenever you would go ahead, like cooking, and just, hey, y'all come through and everything. You started making the sauce. So tell me about how that came about. You know what? I'm gonna put this together, put that together, and how'd that come up? The sauce itself.
Yeah, it's just something that I liked. I like something a little vinegary. I like something a little sweet, a little spicy, and a little smoky. And I was like, there's nothing out there on the market that's doing all that. So I'm just gonna make my own. I'm not gonna go buy something off the shelf.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I did. I just played around with a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Boom, made it. And like I told you, my now business partner was like, you gotta sell this, man.
Yeah.
And, so then we had to kind of reverse engineer it, right? So as Cajun people, you know, we just throwing stuff in there. We're not measuring. And to produce a quality product that's consistent, you have to figure out the measurements. So I had to reverse engineer the sauce to say, all right, I had 5 ounces of this and 4 ounces of this. And so that took a little while to figure out. But once we did it, the recipe's there. Now it's good to go.
So when did this happen? So, like to where y'all figured it out to now? So what was that time frame like?
So that was probably 2021 is when we formed the company to start.
Yeah.
So, you know, early 2021 was whenever we were figuring out the recipe and the branding and the price point and all that good stuff.
So and how long you been actually on the pit yourself though? Like before you started doing the sauce? I mean, you've been.
Yeah, I mean, I've been cooking my whole life.
Yeah.
Barbecuing forever. I got a pellet grill probably in 2015, and I did my first brisket then, which was terrible.
Yeah.
And again, I was like, man, I got to figure this out. So I just kept at it, trying different pits. Now I cook on barrels with real wood fire. But yeah, it's been a while.
That's easier. That's better. Like, so the difference between like the pellet and charcoal and like, so what works out better for you and what you do?
So for competitions, I find, and there's guys that use pellet grills. There's guys that use stick burners, offset burners, and guys that use drums. And I found the drum gives me the best flavor and the best quality product whenever I put it out there. So it's basically a 55-gallon drum with 2 air vents. You can control your flow there, fill it up with charcoal and wood chunks, and go from there.
Right.
Quick. I mean, I could cook a brisket in 6-7 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, man. See, because I haven't done a brisket, man. I'm scared.
It's an intimidating piece of meat.
Yeah.
But just the worst thing that can happen is not good. You know?
Yeah. I don't want that on my conscience, man. You know, I don't want that on my ego. You know, like I'm like, if I'm making this for us to eat. And then if it goes bad, then, you know, what we going to eat? You
just
know?
grind it up and put it in some rice dressing.
That's right. That's true. So whenever you cooking, what do you think is the best quality meat to smoke? You know, it's competition wise and non-competition wise.
So competition wise, a lot of people are cooking Wagyu beef, which is pretty expensive.
I was going to say, I heard.
But it's freaking amazing. I mean, it melts in your mouth. It's unbelievable. All the intermuscular fat in a Wagyu breed cow is what does it and what's really sets it apart. So those, unfortunately, I don't buy for my family.
Yeah.
But I do use those in competition every now and then, and it makes a big difference. It really does.
Yeah.
At home, I'll get a nice prime brisket from like Costco or Sam's or something, man. Mm-hmm. Some salt, pepper, and one of my rubs, and that's it.
That's it. And you put that on there. So, do you do steaks? You do ribs? You do all that?
I do everything, man. I made some steaks last night for me and Mama.
y'all ain't got no leftovers or nothing, huh? You know, because
I got you 2 plates right there.
Yeah,
brother.
now we talking, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm just so surprised though, man. Like that you know, because I know you've been doing the distributing, you know, for alcohol for years, and then I was away. I went to Baton Rouge and everything, so I kind of was away from home and whatnot. But still, was still surprised that I'm like, damn, like Saul got this going on. Then Emery and everybody was telling, yeah, man, Saul's sauce is off the chain. I was like, damn, I didn't know Saul was doing that, man.
Yeah, it's been fun, dude. It's surprising. But then when you think about it, like you said earlier, it kind of all connects.
Yeah.
And I'm a big person and a big believer in the universe and how it brings you around and makes everything make sense.
Yeah. So whenever you were doing this, you started like, you told your parents like, hey, this is what I'm doing? Like you let them try it? Like what was their first take on it?
Yeah, they tried it. And my mom, I love her to death, but she's always got a way to fix something. So she's like, oh, I would add this and this. And that. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it.
So she was saying she
taught me to cook, so I can't really, you know, I don't want to bash her too much, but I think this is the profile I want to go for. I'm not going to change it.
Right.
And I kept it there. But they were very supportive. They loved it. I mean, they didn't think it was going to turn into this. Yeah. It was just kind of a side project for fun, but they have been very supportive, and my #1 fans for sure. My dad loves the homage to Gourmet Road and to his family.
I bet he does, man. Yeah. Did you feel that this was gonna pop off? Like, because I'm like,
I had a
yeah.
feeling, man. I was cautiously optimistic, I guess, but I had a feeling deep down inside, and when I started to trust my gut and myself, that's kind of whenever everything started to click.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm doing this.
Right. I got this one though. So out of you and the wife, who cooks the best? Hey, it's a safe space, man.
I got to give her props. She can scratch a black pot.
Come on.
She makes one hell of a gravy.
There you go. Hey, so like you got the pit and she got the black pot. So hey, that's good, man. I wanted to make sure.
I mean, she can cook.
Yeah, bro. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I figured you was gonna answer as a smart, devoted husband would and should. So
of course.
Kudos to you, but I had to put you on the spot for a second. You know.
Right.
But tell me, man, like, cause I know going through all this though, like, what kind of struggles you've been through in order to get to where you at now at this moment? Like, what kind of hurdles you had to cross and all that good stuff?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. My biggest hurdle actually happened this year.
Come on.
You know, I told you I retired from Republic, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
There was a company-wide restructure, and my position kind of got dismissed and gone away. So I had to make a decision at that point if I wanted to stick with the company or take a chance on myself.
Yeah.
And I did. And I trusted my gut, and it's been the right decision so far. But that, by far, to be with a company for 20 years and then tell them to tell you that your position is going away is tough, man.
Yeah.
Because I'd worked really hard to get to the top, upper management part of that company. So it was a gut check.
Yeah.
If you will. And with the support of my wife and my kids and family, I decided to walk away, take a little early retirement package, and bet on myself.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So you did that, and that was this year.
That was this year, yeah, January.
Man, like, how did that discussion even go to where you're like, did they bring you in the office like, hey, Saul, I know you're up here and you got this, and you know.
I don't want to go into too much detail.
Yeah.
But there were some meetings that were had, and basically I was told my position was being eliminated, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I had a decision to make to take a different position that was something that I wasn't comfortable doing, or to take a retirement package.
Right. Wow, bro. So then I guess I look at stuff like this because I got laid off before, and I feel like if that didn't happen, then, you know, God wouldn't have made a way to what I'm doing now and all that good stuff. So I feel like kind of forced out to go after your gift, you know.
And it's funny you say that, man. I prayed a lot. Me and the big man had a lot of conversations about it, and I kept feeling in my gut that he was pushing me to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's for a reason.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be struggles, and April tells me all the time you got to eat bologna sandwiches for a while before you can really make it. And we eating bologna sandwiches, and great black pot meals. But I think this is the right thing to do, man. And following my dreams, and I've got this great support of my wife and my family and friends and Uncle Barney out there.
Yeah, right.
It's nerve wracking, right? It's scary, but I'm in it for the long haul, and I feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, man, you are. You know, shout out to Ms. April. I call her Mama April. You know, she's like another mother figure for sure. You know.
Yep.
So we have a mutual friend and all that good stuff. And yes, she's definitely like, hey, this is what is gonna happen. You need to keep going. And just like you've been having like some gut checks, and I'm like, you know, it's tough, man. But like when I'm doing this, I feel in my natural element.
Right.
You know?
You took the words out of my mouth. That's where I'm at. You know, selling liquor was fun. Managing people was fun. But I was going to work every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This, I'm like, you mean I get to cook and make products and watch people enjoy my food for a living and make some money?
Right.
I mean, I'm not working another day. You know?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. They just got to figure out the other stuff, but I feel like it's going to come.
Yeah.
You know? But the feeling that you have by doing what you do, man. That's the same feeling I have when I do this.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, I'm doing this because I see people like you, and I'm like, bro, like, y'all doing some amazing shit. You know, like, and I want people to actually support y'all and see this and like, man, like, Saul been through this and all that good stuff. And, well, not everything has been good, but you've been through all that and you still made it on the other side. And you still going to where that destination is. And I always tell people, like, you know, we all have a destination to reach, and sometimes you got to take this exit or you got to take that exit, but the destination remains the same.
Right.
You know, and right now you're going through that, and I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. I thought you were like, you know what, man, I hung it up because I'm doing this and that. I didn't know that you actually.
Yeah, no, it was tough, man. It was tough. A lot of friends that I left behind there, and a lot of relationships, and I mean, it was my first real job out of college outside of teaching for a year. You know, so I mean, I started as a trainee there and worked my way all the way up to senior management. So it was a big decision.
Yeah.
And tough.
Right.
To walk away.
Well, I mean, you're doing that. You got the sauce and everything, and you said this is where you got the idea from the top as well, too, was from that, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look, Saul and I, we're in the. It's been quiet in that group me, you know, the Black Pot boys. And
it has been quiet. Where y'all at, bro?
I would be honest, I ain't said shit because every time I see y'all, I'm like, I can't do that. What am I doing? I'm just kind of trying to learn from y'all, but I'm not showing y'all anything I'm doing because I'm just have to come by your house and you can show me, and then I'm gonna probably post in there, oh, look what I did, but it was really you, if you're okay with that. But
absolutely.
Yeah, the Black Pot boys, man, they've been quiet, but I'm not saying shit in there. Y'all scare me. You, Emery, Forrest J, who else is in there? Josh Reagan, all y'all, man. I can't mess with y'all, man. But y'all doing it. Y'all do give me hope that I can do what y'all doing possibly. I have a master built, you know, so I do have that. Shout out to Emery. He told me to get that.
There you go.
But yeah, man, I'm doing a little bit of chicken. I'm doing I haven't done the ribs, man. I'm scared. I do the burgers, the sausages, the usual stuff. But what's your favorite one out of all that you cook? That brisket. You like for you? Brisket?
Brisket, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not so competition brisket tastes a little different than a backyard brisket. I'm a big backyard brisket guy.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, my rub, and that's it.
That's it.
Just a nice, good brisket.
So when you started, man, because I Emery was like, man, you know, at least with the master build, put it in at night, go to sleep, because, you know, it got an app for it and everything. I'm afraid that my house will catch on fire, man. I can't do that. So for you, you do it early in the morning to...
Yeah, I'll usually get up early and put them on, probably 5:30, 6 o'clock.
And done by lunchtime?
No, I mean, if I'm doing a backyard brisket, it'll be done by that evening.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not trimming it as heavy as I do a competition, which I can do in a few hours, 6 hours as a competition brisket. But the backyard, I'll let that sucker run.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bro, and so you said with the competition, it's 6 hours?
Yeah.
So how do you prepare for that? Like, I can't even imagine. Then you drove all the way to Memphis and, you know, all these other places, and you got a certain amount of time to do it. What do you do in order to, like, do you know what they're looking for at each? So you know, like, hey, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You have an idea. It's all about texture. Yeah.
These judges get one bite. So they're going to have 35 to 40 different briskets that are rotating around the judge's table, and they get one bite with a fork to judge your cooking.
Right.
So you got to pack a lot of flavor, and you got to get the texture perfect for them to score you high.
Yeah.
And just a lot of practice, man, of figuring it out. Trying different cuts of beef.
Yeah.
Trying different sauces, rubs, combinations, cooking methods. I mean, it's a science, really, when you think about it.
Man, so all right, you got the connect on food, I guess. You be burning shit, man? You be like,
oh, yeah. Dude.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Look, ain't nobody's perfect. We were talking the other night. I was like, you know, I be missing.
Hey, shoot or shoot, man.
That's right.
Shoot or shoot. You gotta keep shooting.
That's right.
Damn, so you're like, so do you do like now with everything with the past job, so you have a little bit more time. So like every day you practicing something, or like on the weekends?
I mean, that can get expensive with the price of meat, you know?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like on the weekends,
Yeah.
whenever, and I'll cook a bunch and I'll have some leftover stuff and I'll bring it to people to try and see what they think.
Man, see, okay, well look, we'll keep rolling. Yeah, so I wanted to see though, this is when I'm gonna kind of switch gears a little bit for you. I messed up, I brought my wheel, but I didn't bring the stand. but you being a very intelligent man when it comes to cooking and sauces and everything, I got to see if you can be trusted. So the first question I got to ask you is, where does the ketchup go? In the pantry or in the fridge?
I know what your answer is.
You don't have to go with my answer, which is the right answer anyway. You're a rebel. You go against the grain sometimes. So, I'm just kind of curious, as a man who puts, you got these sauces yourself, man, and, these condiments and everything that you deal with.
My bottle says refrigerate after opening.
Okay. Now, but you got the barbecue sauce. I'll do that because I do the same thing. Now I got to switch though. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been on the pit in a little while, so I haven't had yours yet to put on my food. But when I would put something, I would open it and I put it in the fridge, but not ketchup though. Not ketchup.
Ketchup in the pantry.
Oh, my man. See. Thank you. I told y'all this man can be trusted. Thank you very much. And his wife is nodding her head no.
So we have some in the pantry and in the fridge.
So y'all got his and hers.
It just depends.
Y'all got his and hers.
Sometimes I like cold ketchup. Sometimes I like hot ketchup.
Why would you like cold ketchup? What do you put cold ketchup on? It's cold.
It is cold. I mean,
I'm just wondering.
I don't want to put myself on blast out here.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
But sometimes I enjoy a little cold ketchup.
Yeah.
Some eggs or some sausage from the fridge.
Right.
That's already cold.
Okay. I can.
Sometimes I stand in front of the fridge and grab a few snacks.
Yeah. I can dig that. That makes sense. But overall, you're a pantry guy, which we got you on record saying that. So we're good. We're good on that. I did notice too, though. It's not really a can't be trusted question, but the tattoos, man. You got tattoos on. How many tattoos do you have?
Oh man, I don't know. I got my sleeve here that we kind of finished up on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carencro right here, by the
right.
way. And then this leg I just started on. So
you just started on that.
Yeah.
Did that shit hurt?
Yeah, it was not fun at all.
So are you done with it?
No, he still got to go in and shade everything.
Damn, bro. It looks painful.
It is where there's no meat, on top of the shin and down here and back here.
Bro, so tell me about that. Like, what's the I was gonna say definition, but the meaning behind it.
Yeah, so I like to have stuff on me that means something. So this is kind of my homage to cooking and my state. So I've got a gator here. I got the pelican here for Louisiana. I've got the Cajun Trinity, bell peppers, onions, garlic, celery, and some butcher cleavers on the back. And then a little nod to my cowboy days, too.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. I like that.
Yeah.
I have 0 tattoos. Don't shame me. I'm still going through the process. It's a long process that I haven't decided on what I want.
And you'll know when you're ready.
Yeah. So you're doing that. And look, so you said, okay, so I know you're married. You got the kids, man. So tell me, who shot their shot first?
I slid in the DM.
Come on, man. Yeah? Shoot or shoot.
That's what
shoot
I'm
or
saying.
shoot, man.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Hey, man, you're a very smart individual, man. Like, she's a great cook. You slid in her DMs and everything. So, yeah, so y'all good. How long y'all been married now?
Shoot, we've been married 3 years now, but been together for about 5.
Nice. Bro, that's amazing, bro. And she got you back, especially going through. That's when you know that you have somebody who really appreciates you and loves you. It's like, dude, they're pushing you to go to your dream.
She's my best friend, my ride or die.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this without her. I tell her that all the time. I couldn't be following my dreams and chasing what I'm chasing without her and her support.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
Keep that going, man. So this is where, before I end it though, where is Saul Dupuis going? What's next for Saul, man?
What's next for me? Actually, we are going to start producing and co-packing sauces and marinades and any liquid products for people to be retail ready. So
come on, man.
Say you have an idea for a sauce that maybe a grandma's recipe or something that you want to bottle it and like, man, I want to sell that.
Yeah.
You come to me, I'll help you with the graphics. I'll help you design a label. I'll cook it for you. I'll put it in a bottle for you. Get UPCs on it, ready to go, and sell it to you. Then you can sell it to the grocery stores or whoever you want to go after
man.
that. And keeping with the back to my roots theme, my grandfather's old liquor store, in downtown Carencro.
Yeah.
Right across from the church hall.
Right.
We're in the process of renovating that, and hopefully we'll be done by July. But it'll be called Dupuis Package.
Yeah.
Co-packing facility to make food products for people. So we got a couple of people on the line where we're going to be making their mustard and smoked ketchup and specialty sauces and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to be open to the public, and we can help you get that product ready to sell on the shelves for you.
Come on, man. So there's going to be how long? Like a few months, a year from now, when you think you guys will be ready for that?
We're going to be ready July 1. That's the plan.
Wow.
In a month.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So that's something, when I went through the thing with the liquor distributor, that's kind of what I put my eggs in as well, as another stream of income. Is to try to get this building up and running. We have this great history. This building was built in like 1905. It was one of the oldest buildings in Carencro, so it's got a lot of history, and I want to bring my family name back to it. So
yeah, bruh, it's amazing how you're doing this, man. Like you said, everything is just coming back full circle,
Right.
for your family. I know your loved ones are looking down on you and they're proud of you, and I know your parents are doing the same and whatnot, man. So I want to tell you, I'm proud of you. Congratulations,
Thank you,
man.
dude.
Keep going, man. And look, we're going to be supporting you, from here on out for sure. I mean, in the beginning, whatnot. Definitely don't, I said I'm going to come by you so I can learn some stuff and whatnot, and go ahead and post in the Black Pot Boys group me. So I gotta go ahead and step my game up on that. And before let's say this one too, what is, out of all your sauces that you have on the rubs, which is your favorite one?
my favorite one is the original, man. That with some coleslaw, which I brought you today,
Yeah.
and some pulled pork on a bun. It's just hard to beat, dude. It's
Yeah.
just all the flavors work perfectly together. Vinegar, the fat from the mayo, the smoked pork. I mean, that's probably my favorite bite in barbecue.
Yeah.
Is that one bite of that pulled pork sandwich.
Well, look, this is how we're going to end the interview, because we're about to eat.
That's right.
And y'all gonna see some of the good. Y'all gonna see like the reactions and everything. But Saul Dupuis, thank you, man. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the time. Thank you for not giving up on yourself. Thank you for your family and whatnot too. Because I mean, without them, it just kind of instilled in
That's
me,
right.
man.
That's right.
So let's see this. Where can everybody find you and your sauces? Because I know Why Not Stop is one of them. Shout out to Logan.
That's right.
Usually he was like, he can't keep anything on the racks, mainly because he's taking it home for himself,
Right.
is what he told me. But he
Right.
said he can't keep it on the racks, man. So where else can they find you?
So we're in Rouse's with both of the sauces right now. We're working on getting the rubs in there. So all the Rouse's have the sauces. All the major independents around here, Nunu's, Champagne's, Why Not Stop, they're all carrying all the products as well. So the best place to go, like you said, Why Not Stop, Nunu's, Champagne's, Benny's, and Opelousas.
Yeah.
They've all been great supporters since day one. Benny's, Nunu's, Champagne's, those guys really believed in us from the start and have been great partners with us. So please go out and support your local grocer.
Yeah, and support your local entrepreneurs as well. So with that, man, thank you, Saul. This is Saul Dupuis with Gourmet Road Sauce Company. So if you see it you better grab it, because they're flying fast, and just keep up with him, see what he's doing. Maybe he'll show you something. Maybe he'll give you some food. We're about to eat right now. But thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. So you can go ahead. We're gonna record just getting some of the eating and stuff. What's up, Louisiana? Thanks for watching another episode of Louisiana on Fire. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Oh, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified for the next episode.